What's up, everyone? This is Paulio Jr. and today I'm going to be showing you two things. This is for a 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. This is actually a V8 4.7 liter, and what we're going to do today is actually remove this door panel. So to show you how to remove the door panel and then actually put in new speakers in here. So we're not doing anything super complicated, but we're going to use the appropriate tools and be delicate with all this. So I don't have a stand for this camera, but I'm going to do the best I can. So I've actually already taken out the screws, but I'll show you where they all are. And so on the door panel on the Jeep, and this is, I think this is basically for most of the 99s, regardless of you know, if it's a V8 or V6. In here, there's actually a cover right here, and you take that out, and you can just take that out with a just a flathead screwdriver. Pop that out, and then there's a Phillips head in there. So just boom, boom, boom. Take out the Phillips head screwdriver in there. Good to go. One second screw is actually in this part right here. And that's actually another Phillips head. Take that out in the door, and then on the actual inside the handle in here, this is actually a T25 Torx screw is in here, and so make sure you have a T25 to get in there. And actually, I got a lot of these parts at Harbor Freight, which is basically I call like the really inexpensive Home Depot. So. And they usually have everything that you need for, you know, hardware and automotive and all that good stuff. And the other thing that you're going to need here, so we have our Phillips, and this switches over to a flathead. We have our T25 Torx screwdriver. I have this guy, just a magnetic catcher here. Just if the screws are in too far, it'll just pull them right out. And then these are actually. These are called panel clip pliers. So their specific purpose is to take off door panels where there's clips. You just go into the clip, pushes out the clip out of the door. So, and typically you would start on this side of the door. So, but really wherever you can find an opening is your best bet. And don't worry about you know, as long as you're getting in there with the clip. If you don't have a pair of these, you can actually use a putty knife. I would say a metal putty knife that's pretty sturdy, and then put a piece of cloth over it, so you're not scratching up everything. You can do that and pop it out and so forth. But this is good because it does all the work for you. So, and excuse my loud ass neighbors. So what I'm going to do is try and get into a spot where I can see, and excuse the angle here, I'm just going to be using one hand. So right now I'm looking for, and do this in daylight too, because doing it at night freaking sucks. So that one is just a pop off, and then we're actually going to slide down here to see where the next clip is. So like I said, excuse me for the poor angle here. As long as we can get into a spot, slide down, and then see where the openings are. So I'm actually just going to rest this on my knee as I use both of my hands here to try and, let's see here. It's one, and I wasn't even on the actual pin here, but it still popped out anyway, and no damage done. So what I'm going to do is just go around through the bottom, just sliding it underneath and just popping. So I'm going to go under, and once I get stuck or I get stopped, I'm going to move over, push that up into the pin, and then push it right out. So actually, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good pop. And you would just keep going around and doing the same thing. So, and don't worry about, like I said, if you get a little bit of resistance, it's not the end of the world, and don't worry about really breaking anything. These doors are definitely meant to come off. So I have this top part off. I have the bottom part off here, and I'm trying to do this all with one hand. Let's see if we can slide it in a little bit more. See if we can see one more guy. So I'm actually just going to put this right here, and maybe you're seeing it, maybe you're not. I don't know. But I'm sliding my hand up. There we go. So that's it. These guys, the panel clip pliers are the best. And then inside of here, you're going to see there's basically three things that you need to disconnect in here. One is this is for the mirror. Basically, this guy right here, the black wire, and there's just a clip here that you can just push where my thumb is. Typically, like I said, the one hand stuff doesn't work for me. But hold on one second. So you would typically push this guy open. Or no, I'm sorry. We're gonna start with the door handle, which is these two guys down here, and they actually have these yellow clips on them. And the yellow clips, if you can see, you just push out like that. Push out, and you push it out this way. I'm on the passenger side, so you just push out the yellow clips that are in there, and then pull up on the metal piece right there. Those two come out, and now you have two things that are left that are plugged in. So here's the one part, and there's another little clip under there, and it's like this has been in there for a little bit, but it will come out. There we go. Two. And the last one, excuse me, is actually right here, I believe. At least where you can just pop that guy out, and then that tape is old as hell. And then there's a little piece right here. You just pull on this. That should just come right out. And there you go. So now I'm just going to put the door panel to the side right now. Door panel is off. And that's what we have right here. And here's our front passenger side speaker. So for this, same thing. I'm just going to use just a regular Phillips head here. And these are the manufacturer speakers, which actually aren't bad because they changed a lot of they changed a lot of things in the 1999 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and that was like a 5-year series like they do with a lot of other cars. But so from 99 to 2004, there's not a hell of a lot of difference between that 5-year period. Little things here and there, but they actually all, the 99 through 2004 might as well be the same freaking car. The design's pretty much the same. Everything is set up pretty much the same. So if you're working on a 99, you can do the same thing on a 2004. So, and I'm just trying to hold this for you guys. So I'm going to put this on the seat right here, so I can do this a little bit quicker. I'm going to pull out these 4 screws. And then just so you know, for me the best way to go as far as finding speakers was a website called Crutchfield.com. And you type in the make, model, year of your car, and they actually show you the list of the speakers that can be used in the car, and then they actually give you a bracket as well, which is really easy to put in. So this speaker is just four screws, and this one's been in for a little bit too. So I'm just trying to get in here if I can. And there's just one clip in here. So yeah, so these are the Infinity speakers, which was pretty new compared to which was a newer thing that they were as far as the audio equipment that they were doing with the 99s and up. So now we just have the old school adapter. And then what's cool about Crutchfield, here's a little advertisement for Crutchfield. You know, I bought these speakers, I think they're called Sound Ordnance speakers. Yeah, Sound Ordnance speakers. And these aren't anything crazy powerful, but they're still better than the speakers that I had in there. And I really wanted to get in that door panel anyway, because I wanted to see if there was any problems with the speaker wire. So, and one thing is this boot in here is where all the wires are coming in. And one thing you can do is you can actually pop these guys out, this top part and this bottom part, and pull that back and see if any wires are cut up in there. And I've already done that with the left hand side, and they were totally fine. So, and supposedly that can happen with the Jeeps. And so I'm just taking a quick peek, and you know, everything looks okay. And it would typically be the green wire if it was anything. So, but I'll put that on after. So we have the actual speaker now. Like I said, nothing crazy. It's like a 4-ohm speaker, but still better than what was actually in here. And what I'm gonna do is get this piece apart right here. So let me show you guys this. And that's just I'm just gonna flathead this guy out, because I can't really get in there. And remember, all this is covered too. Like, none of this is showing. So even if you know, not mess it up, but you know, ding it up a little bit, it's not a huge deal. It's not even going to be showing. So as long as the actual speaker is intact, then you're okay. So I'm pulling that off, taking out that piece, and then so now. And what's cool with the ordering from Crutchfield, they give you all the adapters and all that good stuff. And in the directions they show you, you know, they say that sometimes you need to solder. And with the adapters that they give you, you don't need to solder anything. You can just go straight to it. So all we're doing is plugging in this adapter that they gave us into here, and that's it. These two ends will go into the speaker, and all I'm going to do is put this speaker into this bracket. Excuse me, let me put the camera to the side for 1 second. And so you have, this is how it would be set up, at least with these brackets. So, and I can't wait to move. And you just basically just line these up, you know, the best you can. Doesn't matter how it's sitting. You're not going to see how this is positioned once the cover is over top of it. And then you just put in the screws over here that they give you. So it's going to be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that holds into place. And then you would put this guy back over it. And then you would put the 4 other screws to actually mount into that part right there. So what I'm going to do is just put this together real quick, show you what it looks like, and then put the speaker in, and that's it. So this is what the speaker actually looks like mounted into the bracket. And actually on the back, so the only thing I did was just leave the screen off while I was doing it, obviously. and then everything else just stayed in place, and you just kind of have to finagle with it till you have the screwdriver, till you have all the screws lined up. And now in the back, they do give you these other little brackets that you can pop into the screws, and I guess they're necessary to a point, but as long as the mount's in, they're not really necessary, but it's really up to you. They do give you these little black brackets here that you can put in. So, let's see here. I mean, it's really a personal thing. I mean, it will just kind of hold it in a little bit. You know, it's just kind of a safety precaution if they were to pop out. But, you know, typically with these guys, unless you're going to get into an accident or something, they really, it's not, you know, 100% necessary. But since we're here, we'll throw them on. Why not? So, 1, 2. Got 3. And right now I don't care which way they're facing. I'm just getting them on. So, anyway, I'd rather just have them in. So, I have 2 in right now. And this is more just to show you guys how to get the speakers in and all that good stuff. That's it. So, and since now I have the bracket and I have the back piece, I have to hold that back piece in while I screw that into it. And that one's good. And we want to make sure that this one's good as well. So, as long as you can still see it. And I'm just holding the back with my thumb. That back holding bracket in with my thumb. So, and you know what? How everything else is situated, it's perfectly fine. So, and then you just have these 2 guys right here. The little adapter that they give you. And you have on here the 2 plugs. And so you don't even have to really worry. I mean, you can see which one is negative and which one is positive. Or ground. Which one, yeah. And basically you can't mess up because one clip only fits each of the other clip on the speaker. So you really can't mess that up at all because it won't fit. So this one, there's a small guy right here, and that goes into the ground with a negative, and sometimes we need a little bit of a push here. And then here's our guy, here's our other one. We'll go. Sometimes I need a little bit more of a push. Then just like a snug fit to get in there. And I'm just trying to do it without. I know I'm not gonna break it, but there we go. Should be fine. Should be fine. And then that would just sit into there. This would go right here, and that's where we would put in. You can use the 4 existing screws, or you can just use the screws they give you. It doesn't matter. This screen goes over top. Same thing with this though. If you have the cover, it doesn't matter where the screen is. So that's in. And so all that's left here is just 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. That's it. Tighten it up. Let's turn her on and just make sure that the speakers work. And as far as putting the door panel back on, it's the same process, just reversed. I'll go backwards into accessory. So, now this is one. This is more of like the base guide than anything else, and that's more of the speaker guide than anything else. But it's definitely working. So it is working. It's good to go. You can see it even moving right there. And that's it. Like I said, we'll put on the 4 screws. And then put on the 4 screws and then just go the same exact way that you took the door off. Put it back on. So I would suggest popping these guys in first right here. And then the white guy here, and then the last one right here for the mirror. So this is for the mirror, this is the auto locks, the windows and all that good shit, and this is for the actual door handle. So so just so you know, everything here are all clips for the most part here. So, and yep, and that's it. So just do the same thing, that just go the complete opposite way of how, you know, just reverse the process as far as putting the door back on. Remember, you have the 3 screws, and the torque screw goes in where the actual handle is as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really short. I know there are a few people out there who have the 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So, and this is the car that I've been currently working on. So thanks for watching. Later.